Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to City Skylines Natural Disasters and Tornado Country. I hope you're having a wonderful day because things are going pretty well for Pepper Lake. We have almost 130,000 people, we have over $10 million, and we have some horrendous traffic problems that I really can't seem to fix, but I think I have a solution to it, and that's what we're going to be doing today, is we are going to be trying to fix the traffic problems that we're having along this road and a lot of the roads over here. And I think these problems can be fixed if I, number one, take this road here and continue it through as an avenue the whole way through this area. The problem is, I do have a couple of metro lines on this road just there, and a hospital just there, and I think I have metro lines along here somewhere. I have one there as well. So there's buildings on this road that need to be moved, but once that's done, I then want to take another avenue straight through here as well. This road also has a metro line on it there, and I don't know if there's any other metro lines on it. It doesn't really look like it. No, there's one there as well. So those are going to need to be moved. Once that's done, I want to put another intersection down here, similar to this one. Honestly, I'll probably not build another one. I'll probably just grab this one and adjust it to my needs. Either way, similar to this one, and it's going to connect to the avenue down here and the avenue up here. And it's basically going to be a connection for this whole area over here. Because as I've mentioned several times, this entire space, this area of mostly residential zoning, is basically disconnected from any major roads. It is completely isolated. The only major roads are, well, these ones around here. So it does need some major roads. It does need some major connections. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. So first things first, let's go in and I'm going to de-zone pretty much everything along this little road here. So up to about that point, it can just be completely de-zoned. That's going to get rid of any building that is along that road. I'm going to do the same job along here as well, up to about that point. So that's all going to get bulldozed and moved as well. Then I'm just going to bulldoze. I'm just going to bulldoze pretty much everything along this road so that it all clears out nice and quickly, including the stuff in the area that I didn't de-zone, just so I can see what I'm dealing with and where I'm dealing with, more importantly. So what are those buildings? Elementary schools. Okay. Well, those can be moved down one. That was possibly more than one. So that can be moved to there. Yeah, they can just be moved down one like that. So that's fine. This crematorium can go next to the elementary school there. More elementary schools in this little spot as well. So that's going to go to that spot. And this one goes to there. And I did the same over here as well. I have a lot of elementary schools, apparently. Didn't quite realize. And then, hold on a minute, this one goes to there. So that should be all of them moved. But then what I need to do is ever so slightly move these metro stations. So honestly, the best thing to do with those is delete them. We're going to just move this hospital to, I'm going to say there is probably fine. Then we go ahead and I want to come in here with this road. Actually, do I want to use the 6-lane road? It's probably worth using a 6-lane road. So we'll use the 6-lane road the whole way through here. Up to, now why is that being strange? Slope too steep. Let's see if we can fix that. So we connect like so. And we connect the whole way up to there. And that should be fine. That actually brings us up to a one-way road here, interestingly enough. So that should be fine. That's going to be one major road going through there. We're going to delete you as well. Then delete those bits, delete that, and connect this little road through here as well. This might work. It might not. I'm curious to find out though. So let's just wait and see. Let's also just put this high school into... oh, you know what we should do? We should delete this road. Because it's a little bit unnecessary there. Then move the high school over to, I'm actually going to put it like right in front of this bus stop over here. That seems like a good place for a high school. then move through, just upgrading as much as I can. Is that a firehouse? That's fine. It can move across the road. We can upgrade you as well. And we need to keep going. So, let's just upgrade the whole way across to there. Then bulldoze you and upgrade that as well. And now I need to put the metro stations back in. So the metro stations have all moved by one little bit. One slight little move for all of the metro stations is possibly going to mess with things a little bit, but we'll see. So if I put that there and reconnect them all like this, that's a bit of a short distance. Why was that connected? Oh, that's the line that comes in from over there. Okay, that actually was a very, very important station we had there. Interesting. So that connects there. That was a station just in there. This was also a station just across the road from it. So that connects there and over that way. This one connects like that and like that. And then all of the stops, will they adjust themselves is the real question here. It actually doesn't look like they're gonna, does it? Oh, no, hold on. I can drag them and then move it. And then... Oh, come on, let me drag those stops. Come on. Don't be like this. Don't be like this, cities. This should not be hard to do. Oh, there are so many people coming out of there, I think. It's difficult to tell at the moment. Right, this stop is not where it should be. Oh, what have I done here? Getting really confused by this. This stop here, I don't know why it's going to that side. That comes in. Hold on, let's move you to there. That's fine. So they're all gonna change platform. They come around to there, and there's a stop on that side for some reason. I don't understand why this has a stop on that side. These are working fine. It's just that line there that's the problem. I think. It's this one here. So I wish I could see what that train was, but unfortunately I'm going to have to go in here and just find it. Because it's definitely not working properly, so... let's sort by line name. It's probably one of these recent ones. Actually, it wasn't. It was Metro Line 14. So Metro Line 14 is going to be deleted there. And we need to just go ahead and re-add it. Because Metro Line 14, interestingly... had over 1,000 people that were using it there. Over 1,000 people using one metro line there. That is ridiculous numbers. But there we go. That's it. Re-added in there. Metro line 43. There's going to be a lot of people that are a little bit annoyed about what I've just done there, but they should be alright. A lot of people waiting for the white line there as well, which is fine by me. Almost 18,000 people using the metros alone, which is pretty cool to see. I'm also sincerely hoping that people are gonna, you know, find it easier to get around with these major roads in here. I'd also like to do a little bit of a district in here. So, oh, maybe I should upgrade that road. Maybe. If I did this kind of thing around there. Now, obviously, that's going to mess with zoning a little bit. I'll go in and fix that. But what I can do is if I set this as its own district, which is High Heights, which is an interesting name. Hold on a minute. Can I... Let me just move this high school into High Heights for a second. Because I want to rename this to... hold on. It's going to be High... H-E-I-G-H-T-S. High Heights High School. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is such a good name. Literally the best name. That is on par with Park Industrial Park right there. So that's pretty good. High Heights High is the name of that high school. Anyway, High Heights is going to have an old sign policy, because what that does is it means traffic has to go around it to get anywhere down here. And technically this area up here should have a similar thing. In fact, this area up here can only be got to by using this avenue. So that could be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Definitely gonna see how that goes. Hopefully well. You might have noticed I did add another district in over here. We've got Holly Park next to High Heights. I also went ahead and zoned all of this space up here with residential zoning, and it is almost full, which is great to see. So I am curious to see how all of this goes as well. Now, unfortunately, I am somewhere gonna have to run a major road through High Heights. So that's gonna be the road that comes into the city, which is a little bit annoying because there's already a lot of roads connected to this space here. So what we'll probably have to do is, let's see. See, this is a one-way road here. Does it need to be? Yeah, it kind of does. I'm gonna change that up though. I'm gonna bulldoze you. And I want this to just be a two-way road like that. And then I want to bulldoze you and all of those. So that is a one-way road there as well, which is a bit oh, what am I demolishing? It's a hospital. No, that needs to stay. We do want to keep the hospital. Not necessarily in that location, but we do want to keep it somewhere. It'll fit in there, possibly? It'll fit in there, so that'll do. Let's just go and de-zone all of this space, actually, so I can see what exactly I'm working with. Because I do need to get this, junction in here. I do need to get these major roads coming through, so all of this needs to be bulldozed just there. Why? Oh, that was a bus line there. That's a shame. That's a crematorium there. Also a bit of a shame. Gonna have to move that into that space. Let's get rid of these buildings as well. And this is the space that we're going to be working with. So we have a couple of elementary schools. They can stay. This road here can go. This road can go. And that road can go as well, along with those elementary schools. So that's fine. Then we need to get rid of this whole space in here, along with that road. And that's where the junction's going to come in. So this is where the exit's going to be, basically. I should also look into the bus line that I'm interrupting here. Let's see. What bus line is it? Is the real question. Is that a bus that's on that line? Next stop. What line are you? Bus line 11. Bus line... Can I... I don't want to focus on the bus itself. I want to focus on the line. Right, stop number 1 is there. Is that's not the line I'm looking for though, is it? It's this one. Bus line 9, right. So I want to delete bus line number 9. That's fine. I can do that. Bus line 9 and delete. Okay, so that's fine. There is a messed up stop there as well, but that's no big problem. Delete all of these buildings. And delete... Oh, hold on a minute. Maybe it's worth measuring this before I start deleting things. So that's the middle of these roads. Right there. So if that's the middle... unfortunately, I can't seem to connect this properly. So what I'm going to have to do is bring this down to here. Then I want to go... a fair few units to either side. So 20 units that way. And 20 units that way. And delete everything in that space. So it's even on both sides, basically. Then... do the same, I guess, with the other bit of road as well. Well, that was fairly easy. This isn't seeing the most use at the moment. This area up here is still absolutely terrible in terms of how the traffic's moving. But the good news is that these roads are in. There's a slight kink in them, but that's totally fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and rezone everything in there with residential zoning up to that point. And then what I'll do is on either side of the highway there, do some commercial zoning. So people aren't going to be complaining anywhere near as much as they otherwise would be. And I'll do the same thing in there, so we have a similar story. Then in these spaces as well. We'll just do some bits of commercial zoning too. So there we go. That's that entire area ready for rezoning. Traffic should flow around there pretty well. I've moved all of the necessary metro stations as well, so all of the metro loops are pretty much intact. And this is good. This is another connection to the city that was needed for traffic from over here. Hopefully this is going to get a bit of use. This one is still admittedly quite a good road for traffic to use. And what I'm thinking I might do is actually lower the speed limit along that entire section of road, because that's going to be giving traffic a bit of an incentive to go that way. Because this road here, if we have a look, the speed limits on this road are it's 60, where this one is 100. So if I shift click that entire road, that whole thing changes to be 60 miles per hour as opposed to 100. And I'll do the same thing on this side, so that all the traffic up until this point is gonna be moving at 60. I'll do the same along there, the same along that bridge, the same along there. And I'm thinking of doing the same the whole way back to here, to be honest. So that whole section of road is going to move a bit slower, which isn't the ideal thing to do here. But I do sort of think it'll help. So I'm going to change just all of these little ramps to be 60 as well. So that way we can pretty much guarantee... Why is that set? What is 100? Is that the... Can I change the speed of my metro? I think I can change the speed of my metro. That's interesting. But I want to change all of this to move at that lower speed of 60. Because that way, it might incentivize traffic to move down this way. Honestly, this road, you know what would have made more sense? Changing the whole thing to 100. All right, traffic is moving a little bit quicker, which is good stuff. I also decided to change this corner here to be a bit more of a curved turn here, as opposed to just a right angled turn, so traffic can maintain a greater speed going around here. And what's more, traffic's actually using this road here as well, which is beautiful stuff. Not a lot of it, I will admit. Not a lot of traffic is using that, but this looks like it's clearing out a little bit, which has me very excited for the prospect that this might actually turn out well. This might actually work. We might actually end up with a situation here where this road is functioning. We have this little connection done here for the industrial zone as well. I decided to upgrade all of this to go a bit faster too. So this is definitely good. This is definitely coming along. This entrance here is, it's still busy, but it does seem like it's working. It also has traffic lights, which are interestingly helping. I don't usually think traffic lights in Cities Skylines do a lot, but in this case they are actually helping. So this is some pretty cool stuff to see. Now I am looking around a little bit here, and I am realizing that there are, once again, no major roads coming down to this side of the highway. Which is a problem, because I want to build, I guess I could bring a major road down here, couldn't I? That's probably what I'm going to have to do here. The reason I want to do this is because, there's a hospital there. I want to go ahead and put in a, let's put the hospital there. I want to go ahead and have a small industrial zone down at this end of the city, because there are constantly garbage problems down this way. And I figure having an industrial zone down here so that we can go ahead and deal with those garbage problems is probably going to be a pretty good idea. And what's more is it looks like I've picked a road that has very little residential zoning on it. So that's going to mean that there's not going to be too many people complaining about noise pollution. I actually picked the worst road possible because it has some pillars at the end of it. So let's just do this. And let's just make a tunnel, because tunnels are pretty cool. So we can go 9 units down, then under to there, and up like, not like that, to say there, and then up like that. Okay, that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a busy road, but it's gonna be fine. Let's bring this over to, say, there. And I think I'm just going to have everything branch off of this to begin with, Because this is the first expansion we're making in this direction, so having everything branch off of this seems like a relatively good idea. And we can just do a bunch of roads going like this. It is just going to be another grid because that's kind of the pattern that we have to follow for the entire city. But if we just do that and bring a bunch of roads done this way, that'll be fine for there. We can bring some roads over like this as well. And we can bring some off of the other side too. Now, what price is that? That would cost me $720. So $720 to there as well. And fill up all of that space. And I just want to basically copy everything that I've done on the other side to this side like that. And there we go. That's hopefully gonna be a decently sized little industrial zone there. Let's just make these roads properly so I can get some pathways leading up to the avenue there. So I always like to leave that little gap of 2 units in there because that means I can do this with the pedestrian paths. So just something kind of like that and like this as well. And that way people can move about if they need to. Now I am going to have to probably go ahead and get rid of some of the zoning along this highway here and replace it with high density commercial because they're less likely to complain about the noise and also less likely to complain about the pollution. Speaking of which, let's get some incineration plants in here. I'm going to want to put them about as far away from the residential zoning as I can get. So 2 of them there seems like a pretty good idea. Speaking of services and all that, we do need to get water done here too. But 2 incineration plants just in there will be hopefully a good addition to the area. Oh, I've just noticed that this doesn't all line up. I have literally just noticed those roads don't line up. Why do they not line up? What have I done there? What have I... This one was wrong, interestingly. Okay. That's definitely... That's definitely not what I want. So there we go. So now that whole area, almost that whole area, has some water. So there we go. That whole space has now got water, which is good. It means we can go ahead and zone it. These guys don't need electricity either because they generate a little bit themselves, so that's good. Bunch of garbage trucks heading over here. A whole bunch of garbage trucks coming over this way. Hopefully going to be some good stuff there. Let's get the industrial zoning in here then, so that we can get people working down this way. And I'd also like to bring some pedestrian paths off of all of this. These aren't going to be the neatest looking pedestrian paths, but they are going to exist, and they are going to make it possible for people to walk to work from the ends of these streets, which is always a good thing. I actually really enjoy this this city at the moment. I'm really enjoying having all of the bridges and stuff, all of the raised roads and stuff as well, because I can have roads going under them, I can have paths going under them, just all of that stuff. It's kind of cool looking. I don't really do it much with my cities, so this is a little bit new for me. But I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. We also have some buildings popping up down here, which is pretty cool as well. Let's do a little bit more industrial zoning there. Actually, no, let's do offices there. Because that is going to be sort of a main section of road anyway. Like, we're going to have, we're most likely going to have this continue down a little bit. So we'll do that with it. And put some offices there too. But yeah, that's the first expansion to that side of this road. Also, speaking of that road, it is getting some use. Speaking of this road, it is looking a bit better. So this has actually worked. I'm honestly so pleased that this has actually worked. Because there's so many situations where it just doesn't, and it's so nice that it has actually helped a little bit here. That really is so nice. It seems that we have a little bit of a spike in demand for commercial zoning, so I'm thinking we could start making a little area down here for commercial zoning. Kind of like what we have here. We have this big band of commercial space, followed by a band of offices, then a band of residential. We could make sort of a cap to this area with some commercial zoning. Speaking of that area, does it have... It does have a metro going through it. Okay. This area down here is going to need metro eventually, but I'll not do that just yet. This area down here would need the same if we were to build it. This area up here actually really needs metro. I totally forgot about this space. So let's do that before we look into building anything else. So we're going to want a metro station there. We're also going to want a metro station probably about there. And I think I will put one right there. As I know that's ridiculously close, but I will put one there anyway. And we'll just keep sort of going across here. We'll continue across to here. Done that way. And down to about there as well. So that should be fine. We're going to need to get one there and in there as well. So that is... I mean, there's 3 stops really close together here. In fact, that slope is... Wow. Oh, wow. That is a little bit steep. So that one can maybe be got rid of, because that's just ridiculousness. Then all we need to do is continue that. That's still too steep. Jesus. I don't... Oh, no, that is possible. That is a bit of a steep slope, but... Oh, no, that one's too steep. Okay. Yeah, this area is very, very hilly. It's a very, very hilly area. But we should be alright. We'll just keep going around like this. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, that does work. As steep as it is. Somehow it works. I'm never going to know how, but somehow it works. Let's just connect all of you guys up. And then do the same going in the opposite direction. Just like so. And it should be done. And then I need to do the same thing in here, so that we have people moving around that area. 17,500 people are using my metro lines at the moment. That is good, but not enough. That's what I have to say about that. Good, but certainly not enough. Let's bring lines over like that. Let's get a line there. And I want one... Actually, I don't want that one. I want one in that corner. And I want one there as well, and if I can do it. That might be a bit much of a... It is actually looking like it'll be exactly the same slope as the one across from it, so hopefully that'll be okay. Then we want it to come along this top section here. We're going to want one opposite that one. We're going to want one opposite that station. Then we start bringing them down this side a little bit. And down this side a little bit. And to there as well. So that just goes the whole way around, which is totally fine by me, because that's what it needs to do. And there we go. We have 2 new metro lines, which is beautiful. Hopefully we're going to see the use of the metro go up to over 18,000 people. That would be absolutely perfect. Looking about the city, though, I'm not really seeing too many issues, which is nice, to say the least. This road here is clearing up even more, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. But yeah, not really too many complaints, which is good. So that bodes well. I do think I'll look into laying out some roads down here for this new space. So we'll use this road like that. And we'll bring it down to somewhere about there, I reckon. And then just bring some roads off of that so I can make this sort of, I guess, commercial zone. That's basically me plan. So we'll do that. Then we'll come over like this, and we'll come over like this. It is probably worth disconnecting this a little bit, but we're not going to bother doing that because I'm a little bit lazy, and I want to see what happens. I basically want to see what happens. That is probably not a good road to have, to be honest. So we'll just bring that down to like there. Then bring some roads through like this. And I might just sort of leave it. No, I'll not leave it like that. I'll bring as many roads around here as I can to get as much zoning in here as I can. But I don't think I'm going to get that much. Or, on the contrary, I might get a fair bit. Let's delete... What do I want to delete in here? Good lord. Delete those roads, like so. And that should be fine. Yeah, that'll do. That's going to be plenty of space for the zoning that I want to put in here. I do want to just line this area with some offices, though, because I think offices... I'm not certain, but I've always speculated in City Skylines that offices do generate less traffic than anything else. Because they're offices, it would kind of make sense in a way. But there we go. That's going to just be a big old commercial zone. I would maybe like to put a park in there, though. Just in that corner, but I don't think it's going to let me. Let's see. I could put a dog park, but that seems a little bit silly. Botanical garden seems like a little bit much. We have my parking lots, which I mean, these things are ridiculous in and of themselves. I guess a plaza. I'll just put a plaza in there. Then connect around the outside with some paths like that. So that technically connects. Which is totally fine by me. Unless I just go at an angle, which could also work. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, can I go like that? Yeah, that looks alright. It's a weird little bit of space, but it looks alright. Hopefully that area will build up reasonably quickly. Just gonna do the pipes first, of course. But hopefully it'll build up reasonably quickly. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of people wanting to shop out here. Because hopefully that'll pull a little bit of the traffic away from all the other roads. Because this area in here is starting to get very, very busy too. This area, oh wow, look at this. That is a lot of traffic trying to get into this zone. You know what's happening here though, don't you? You know exactly what's happening here. The exact same thing that happened over in this space. There are no major arteries through any of this space over here, and there are so many people living in all of that space over here. The major connections to this area, in fact we have two major connections to the city, very, very close to each other, just around the corner from each other. So we do at some point need to bring a bit of this highway down and connect it here, and I think what I'll do with this particular bit is similar to what I did here, where it's gonna just be a straight, like, kind of dead-end bit of highway. So it's going to be a bit of highway that comes off and just straight in. It's not going to go through anywhere. So that's kind of my plan there. Rather than running a section of highway down and connecting over this way and having a little bit come off. Although that wouldn't really make sense. Basically, we just need a direct highway connection to all of this space. So that's what we're going to have to do eventually to just help the flow of traffic in this space here. Because it is getting pretty bad, and that's 6 lanes of bad traffic. This was 3 lanes of bad traffic, and this is not clearing out. So 6 lanes of bad traffic is objectively worse than 3, basically. So we are going to want to fix that. But for today, ladies and gents, I am going to leave it there. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been City Skylines, Tornado Country part, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you kind of for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. If you would share it on social media, that would be absolutely wonderful of you. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!